XS19 Supergrade, made by SMK, or at least distributed by them. It's a Chinese budget gun that a lot of people have love for, and there have been a few companies that have took it on, notably Remington with a pest controller. It is quite a short gun, at 107 centimeters, the shortest in my gun cabinet, and has a barrel of 41.5 centimeters apparently, for what it's worth. It has iron sights, a hooded one at the front there, and an adjustable one at the rear. There aren't any fibre optics. It's got a nice beach stock, no stippling or anything like that, but I find it quite comfortable, very smooth, a nice bit of wood considering it's a cheap gun, and your standard butt pad on the back. 11mm rail for your scope, which has a hole for an adjuster block but doesn't have one in there, and which is probably better than not, so that can be put in. The thing that lets this gun down is the trigger. It's spongy, it's a manual safety, and which is fine, but the trigger itself is not very nice to use, and I recommend that if you do get this gun, you take that silver screw out and replace it with an M3 x 10mm, and it transforms it. There are two other tricks you can do. There's some bearing trick and a Welsh woolly trigger, but I didn't want to mess around with the bearing and whatever that is. To be honest, I don't know, and I didn't want to spend any more money because I'm a bit of a cheapskate. Today we will be using the Dome Spitfires, which are very budgety pellets, to go with the budget gun. Let's see how this little package does. Here we are today at Maranatha, my uncle's place. It's a very nice yard where he sells all these sheds. The best salesman in Surrey, guaranteed, and the most honest probably. This is our range, which is coming up to the 20-yard mark, where we've done our target shooting from earlier. There's a 30-yard mark where you see our potential targets for this little shoot up I'm about to do, that have already had a bit of abuse, and the 40-yard there, which I'm going to do a little bit of shooting there as well a bit later on. So let's have a go. It's a little bit windy here today. It didn't put me off the shot, and the gun, freehand, as you can probably tell, I feel very confident, very balanced in the hand, and I just feel like I can hit everything at this range, no problems. And it's similar at 40 yards, as you can see. It is quite windy, but in a rested position, the gun just feels really solid again, and I don't feel I can miss. Although I did shoot at 50 yards after this, and yeah, with these pellets, which are obviously on the big end budget side, I couldn't hit a barn door, to be honest with you, but at this range felt great. Okay, what can I say about the XS19? It's really nice. I really love the gun. I've got two of them actually. Mind you, I did pick them up for 60 quid. They're a £160 gun. I probably wouldn't pay that because the trigger just I mean, yeah, it does sort it out really nicely with the M3 times 10mm screw, but still I'd like a much better trigger on a £160 gun personally. But it is brilliant. It's relatively easy to cock, a bit stiff perhaps, but nothing major. It's light at 3 kilograms, but that's enough weight with the length of it to give yourself a nice purchase on the shot. It sounds really nice, real crisp, there's no twang on it at all. It does have a bit of kick, and I have seen reviews saying it doesn't, but I feel like it does. In fact, my uncle got a cut on his eye earlier from being too close to the scope. But all in all, I think it's really, really good gun, and one that I'll definitely be keeping in my cabinet.